Don't surrender your rights. Reclaim your rights. Due process to live your life without being subjected to everyday torture, the liberty and the pursuit of happiness. I want to inspire you, the power for the faith, to stop being intimidated, to engage in activism at every level. Because if you don't do it, don't just wait for change.
My name is Sandy Williams.
Hi, my name is Troy Harvey, and I'm a survivor.
Hi, my name is Robbie. I live in Seattle, Washington. I am a targeted individual.
Hi, I'm July Dallas, and I'm a targeted individual. I'm on the board of directors of Torture Justice and for challenging and reporting litigation. I look very forward to all of this work.
So I'm Anna, and even though I think to be on for 20 years, in 2021, and even though my life was a little difficult because of my trafficking and GangStalking and everything, I always led my life with this idea that everything happens for a reason. And I think the same way about my targeting right now, that but for my targeting, I would have found this motivation and drive to do something greater than I ever expected. And I'm grateful to the group that it has affected to do this stuff.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Penn, and I've been a targeted individual now for almost 10 years.
And it has been my pleasure hosting GangStalking and the vacation.
I'm Jonathan, TI from Australia.
My name is Edward. I live in the States. I am a targeted individual.
My name is Edward, and I've been targeted for 18 years.
I'm Robert from
And you better understand you're planning something far more dangerous than your government. You're fooling around Father God's creation, and there's going to be payback for this. They even scoff if you want. I'm pretty sure one of them is scoffing around that people know. But consider this. Do you really want to risk it by participating in something like this? You know this is wrong. I mean, how dare you treat one of Father God's children, any one of them, the way that you do it, just throw them away when your little experiment is finished? What's wrong with you? You might want to look at that first, and then consider maybe throwing them away.
My name is Julie, of course. I'm usually an individual targeted in 2014 in the state of Florida. My life was amazing beforehand. Now it's a living less than 90 hour about the place and the pulse against my house and frequencies just dropped in 6 months time. My heart hurts. I feel like I'm being alive. This is a monstrous program. These people need to be jailed. This needs to end. And the law enforcement breaching the law need to turn in their badges. To any TI out there, it's a long order, one foot from the other, day by day. This is being exposed. They will pay. They will all be jailed. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Simone, and I'm a targeted individual.
My name is Tori Lee, and I'm a targeted individual.
I'm Kimberly Michael, and I'm a targeted individual.
I am Angel Collins, and I'm a targeted individual.
My name is Chris, I'm from Michigan. I'm a targeted individual.
My name is Martin and I am a targeted individual.
My name is Vinicius Rodrigues. I am a targeted individual.
My name is Jared Lindsay, and I am a targeted individual.
My name is Angela Morrison, and I'm a targeted individual.
I am Moses. I am a targeted individual.
Hi, my name is Priscilla, and I'm a targeted individual.
Mein Name ist Alexander aus Deutschland und ich bin ein Berliner.
Me llamo Ana Toledo, and I am a targeted individual.
My name is Ann. I am targeted by voice to skull technology.
My name is Ann Stanowski. I am a targeted individual from the course machine.
I am Heather Newbegin, and I am a targeted individual.
My name is Cassandra Fryer, and I'm a targeted individual.
Hi, my name is Deb Burden. I'm a targeted individual. I live in White Minnesota.
My name is Ellie Sword, and I'm a survivor.
Hello, my name is Denisha Lewis. I reside in New Orleans, Louisiana, and I am a target individual.
Hello, my name is Francis Brady. I'm a targeted individual.
I'm Helen, and I'm a targeted individual.
Hello, my name is Walter Marquez, and I am a targeted individual.
Grand Rising, everyone. I'm Pete Serna. I'm retired. I'm an artist, and I have been GangStalking for 10 years. I'm a targeted individual.
I'm Patrick. I'm a targeted individual.
Hi, my name is Jared Frank. I'm a targeted individual.
My name is Don Oswald. I'm a targeted individual.
I'm Tracy. I'm a targeted individual.
Well, this is Chad. I'm from Pennsylvania, Michigan, and I'm a targeted individual.
I'm Chris, and I'm a targeted individual.
Hi, I'm Tim Leary from North Dakota, and I'm a 5.5 years long targeted individual.
Hi, my name is Ronnie, and I am a targeted individual in GangStalking.
I am Isidro Abascal Montano, and I am a targeted individual.
My name is Elizabeth Walker. I have been an individual target in Denmark from 2017.
I'm Don Siegel, 6 years old, Tennessee. I am a heavily targeted individual.
My name is John Ketchum. I am a targeted individual.
Hi, my name is Catherine, and I am a targeted individual.
My name is Melinda Scott. I was put on the first screening database list and targeted since 10/3/2021.
Hi, I am Stephen Strobel. I am a targeted individual.
My name is Ken, and I am a targeted individual.
My name is Chris, and I am a targeted individual from Salmon, Idaho.
I am Sharon Wilson. I'm a targeted individual.
Hello, my name is Daniel. I'm from Nancy, and I'm a targeted individual.
Hi, I'm Richard Lighthouse, and I am a targeted individual. My name is Bradley, and I'm a targeted individual.
My name is I'm Ferdinand. I'm from Grace, and I'm a targeted individual.
My name is Matt Phillips, and I am a targeted individual and a strong survivor.
I'm Kimberly, and I'm a survivor.
Hi, my name is Stephen, and I'm a targeted individual.
My name is Caroline from Southwest from France. I'm a targeted individual.
I'm original. We are targeted individuals from scratch.
Hello, my name is Nadine Phillips, and I am a targeted individual.
I'm Shayna, and I am a targeted individual.
My
name is Everett. I'm a target individual.
My name is Tyler. I am 58 years old and I am a targeted individual.
I am Dr. Wilson Black, a 67-year-old woman, non-consensual human experimentation, severe torture, and electronic harassment.
I'm Love, and I'm a targeted individual.
My name is Annika Nicole Snelly and I'm a survivor.
Hello everyone, my family actually are from Malaysia and we will not give up.
Hi, my name is Alan McGarrett, and I'm from Dr. Victoria from Australia, and I'm a targeted individual.
Hi, my name is James Lee, and I'm a targeted individual.
I'm a targeted individual. My name is Wesley Root, and I am a survivor.
My name is Catherine Works, and I am a survivor.
My name is Christopher James, and I am a targeted individual.
My name is Rosanna Valdez, and I am a targeted individual.
Hi, I'm Cynthia and I am a survivor.
Hello, my name is Stella. I'm a targeted individual.
From the UK, Venus Benson, consultant.
Hi, my name is Anita. I'm a targeted individual.
My name is Jennifer, and I'm a targeted individual.
I'm Lynn, and I'm a survivor.
Top secret operation being carried out within the United States and probably worldwide. This operation is carried out using directional weapons, voice to skull, and remote neural monitoring on targeted individuals.
Hi, good people. Welcome. It's Sherry. I have some free and valuable information for you, information that will help you to benefit yourself as well as others. This is some gem of information for you, and I know that you're going to need it and that you're going to appreciate having heard it. So if you have a moment, sit with me for a minute as I discuss today the topic of organized stalking and how I believe it's on the rise, and the how, the what, the who, what, where, when, whys of it. What is it? This organized stalking of people, and how it can be stopped, and what would be the next steps that we can do about this. All right, thanks for sitting here with me, good people. You're gonna love this, okay? So there is a phenomenon called organized stalking. Organized stalking is much like regular stalking, in fact, but it's done in an organized fashion and on a community level, okay? Actually a global level. So what this means, a target is chosen. Someone is chosen to be organized stalked, okay? How they are chosen, selected, is based on many things. It can be done somebody can be targeted for revenge purposes, for whistleblowing as retaliation. Also, love intel is, as in love intelligence agencies. There's a little joke, I guess a slang in their community, that if somebody works in law enforcement and the intelligence agencies or military industrial complex and has access to all the neat little new surveillance gadgets, and if they go through a breakup, the average person doesn't have the ability to stalk somebody as much as somebody in those communities would in that type of field. If that's their work, they have access. So love intel. Even average people can hire people to do love intel on their ex-dating partner or spouse, or even somebody that they wanted to be their dating partner or spouse, so that you can be targeted for those reasons. Also, there is a money trail in all of this, okay? So why would somebody get chosen to be stalked and targeted? Well, if there's money involved in it, that somebody benefits off of their being a target, okay? Who would benefit from somebody being made into a target? Okay, glad you asked. Well, there exists a watch list here in the United States, actually around the world, but in the United States we call it a watch list. or naughty list. And it's supposed to be for security purposes, and when it's used correctly, it does the job effectively, and it promotes safety. However, as with many tools, it can be used as a weapon in the hands of people who are, spiteful and maybe have a sociopathic tendency, people who want to make money and benefit from this. Again, how is there a money trail? Well, so on this watch list, the people anybody can get anybody put on the watch list by making a call. Bring! Your local police department will then direct you to your sheriff's department, who will direct you to the Fusion Center or the FBI, who will then contact the Department of Justice or the Department of Homeland Security. And if whoever is making that call has enough influence or persuasion, or if they know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, this is a version, I don't like this word, the good old boys club. This is bullying. So if someone picks you out and wants to target you, bully you, this is bullying on steroids, and they know somebody, say they know somebody in the community, they have a lot of money, they're a Freemason, they're a Jesuit, they're a community organizer, they're an attorney, they're a sports team owner, the people higher in the power pyramid, right? If somebody knows them, they can more easily get you put on that list. Okay, so that's what can happen. And once you're on that list, okay, again, who plays a part in this for the money? Well, the power pyramid at the top is the Luciferian worshiping elite. Not all elite, and when I say elite, I mean the people that own things, own banks, own islands, own the United States, own big properties, not just a little here and there. Big stuff, okay? Those are elite, and that's usually old money from old families that have been passing it down the generations. A lot of them, not all of them, many of them are Luciferian worshiping elite. That's how they got to get a lot of their riches. If you're Christian and you follow the Christian teachings, you know that Satan offered Jesus all the kingdoms of the world. How could he offer him that if he couldn't give him that? Well, he could, because he has that authority given to him now from the true God, Jehovah, right? Gave Satan that power temporarily to see how it all works out, right? How has it all worked out? Not so great, we would say, right? Some people are doing a good job. Some of us, we're still living, we're still surviving. We got good people in good places. But as a general rule of thumb throughout history, since Satan has taken over leadership of humankind versus, the true God, we've seen the effects of it. Okay, I digress. So anyways, those at the very top of the pyramid, I'm not flashing the pyramid sign, but this is what it is, okay? I do not support this or I don't condone this, okay? But I'm just making the pyramid. At the top is a Luciferian worshiping elite. Not all elite are Luciferian, but many are. That's how a lot of them got their riches, okay? So this is what it is. And they're living, they're very ruthless because this life is all they have. I digress. We're talking about organized stalking. But it all relates. It's all part of the puzzle. It really does all fit together. You have to know your enemy. And just because you might not believe in something, they do. And their beliefs, since they're at the top of that power pyramid, are going to affect you one way or another. Okay? But if you're understand the Bible too, Luciferians know this. The true God sits at the top, even above Lucifer. And where Luciferians believe in sex, violence and sex culture, inappropriate, pedophilia and all this kind of stuff. And the true God believes in holiness and goodness and kindness and mercy and being just and loving. So, okay, so it's good. Luciferian worshiping elite are at the top towards the top of the pyramid. Underneath them are the corporations and people that own like Fortune 500 companies. They're elite too, but a little bit. They're not old money. They're not generational. They don't necessarily own islands, but they own buildings. They own real estate. They own things. So they're right underneath them. They party together. Okay. All right. So underneath the big corporations is the government. Whoa, you think the government's on the top. And I made a video on the power pyramids. You can reference this. And this is just common sense. The government you think is on the top, but actually no, because the government is considered the public sector, right? They're public servants. They're civil servants. Even presidents don't make that much money. Okay, compared to some of these Fortune 500, people make more money. That's why a lot of times people from the Fortune 500 will fund people in the government to help, their cause, whatever it is. Okay, that's usually how it works. The government sector makes less than the private sector. So the government is underneath the elite and those big corporations. Okay. Underneath, with the government, they have branches. One of their big branches is the military-industrial complex, right? That's where a lot of money goes. You hear a lot of them time they're talking in the news. We're doing so much spending on military. That's to protect everything, and that's to, for war. Okay? So military-industrial complex, that's a branch. Also, the media is a branch. Also, law enforcement, that's the paramilitary, right? That's the name for it. We call them sheriffs, deputies, policemen, state troopers. Those are all paramilitary, right? That means if something went down, they're right with the military, and they can take those powers too, okay, and enforce the law. Paramilitary. Law enforcement, okay? Intelligence agencies, CIA, FBI, DOD, all those branches, DOJ, okay? That is intelligence. And what do intelligence agencies do? Their work is mostly in espionage, okay? So spying, that's what that is. FBI, federal, they do espionage here, right? In stateside, right in the United States. CIA goes outside of the United States, all around the world, okay? So you understand the power structure. Underneath the government and all their branches, you have things like secret societies, your Freemasons, your Jesuits, your fraternities, your sororities, the people who also party with those people. A lot of times people in government are Freemasons, right? So you have that. Also too, in this program of organized stalking, with how you get on this list is what I'm trying to explain. I'm just trying to show you who's doing it, who's part of it. Okay, so you have all these people in the power pyramid, and then don't forget underneath the secret societies, then you start having your organized crimes. Your mobs, your mafias, not just Italian, although they're one of the most popular, but you have Jewish mobs, you have Russian mobs, you have Chinese mafia, very big with medical implantation and AI stuff doing to people. Okay, and they have ways of doing it that we can cover in another video. I read a really good book on a guy who started getting implanted illegally, and oh my goodness, we'll cover that another time. I digress. But anyway, so you have your gangs, your organized crime. Underneath them, you have like your street gangs, right? Your Bloods, your Crips, your this, your that. Street gangs that usually take orders from the upper organized crime people, the mobs, the mafias, right? Okay, shot callers, the OGs, whatever. I don't really know the lingo, but you understand. And underneath them, you have people, that are not affiliated. Okay, so then what happens when people are put on a list? All those people in the power pyramid can be enlisted to participate in targeting a person, harassing them, and stalking them. Yes, okay, that's how it works. So when a person is chosen to be targeted, okay, somebody made a call, or you were picked from a list of people, okay, we need some government funds here in, wherever your city or state is. Let's get some people on the list. Oh, sure. It's not supposed to be done like that, but of course it is, because they get money. Because every time someone is put on that targeting list, they become like a golden goose, okay? Because think about it. One person, I don't know the exact dollar amount, but it's a lot. Because when one person becomes a targeted individual and is organized stalked, that means they have to be surveillanced and harassed 24/7. Okay? That means in the beginning, they have to have background checks run, credit checks run. They have to do smear campaigns where they go around and tell the neighbors and the landlords and people in their school and their friends and their family. They have to, tell them that this person is under investigation. Sometimes it's, sometimes it's true and sometimes it's not. They'll lie. They're not above lying. Okay. The goal is to smear the target. Okay. This is before all of this, before the stalking actually starts, right? They got to set it up. They're setting you up for the fall down, because they're about to murder your life. These are old World War II tactics, Serta-song. They're not going to murder you straight out, but they're going to murder your life in the hopes that it ends in a soft kill, which I'll explain in a few minutes. That's the end goal, soft kill, suicide, okay, of the target. so that they don't have to do the dirty work. They can keep their hands clean. That's how serious this program is. A person is chosen to be targeted. Call to that call to that local police department. The police department, oh, hey, we need people on our list. Captain told us at the meeting, or whomever. Okay, well, this could be one. This could, they're like fishing. Ooh, got one. Then they forward the call, FBI or DHS, fusion centers. Fusion because they're fusing federal and state governments, law enforcement, okay? So federal would be something like Department of Justice, okay? That operates in all states. So your local law enforcement paramilitary teams up with your federal law enforcement military. And if you fit the criteria, women are targeted more often than men. Women are usually less violent, less able to fight back. Also, when it gets to the later stages of your targeting and it's time for sexual assaults, well, most women are a preferred target for many reasons, okay? So that's what's going on, this little phone call, getting you on this list. Okay, now you're on the list. You're a golden goose because now the call goes out like the bat signal. Everybody's got to get involved. Like I said, background checks have to be run. Credit checks have to be run. Neighbors have to be contacted. The communities have to be contacted. They need people, in the later stages of of this organized stalking. This is in the beginning. They don't let you know, right? They're getting everything together. Then when they start outright stalking you, 24/7, well, first they bug your house. That takes money. They got to pay the guy to do that, Then they have you followed in public. Yes, target. Then they tell everybody in the neighborhood. They have little community policing, okay, where your neighborhood is alerted about you. They tell them what you're wearing, what you look like, give them a description. They build a little profile on you. They could be telling lies to your neighbors, They're a pedophile, they're a prostitute, they're on drugs, they're the worst SOB that walked the earth. And meanwhile, you could just be a regular person, living your life, going to work, going to the library, listening to music, don't smoke, don't do drugs, not a prostitute. And, this is what the neighbors will be told. Okay. So then this adds to your targeting. All right. And you're chosen. And again, the point is to murder your life. And when you go in public, when you are actually actively stalked, you will be surrounded at all times by perps. Remember, from that big power pyramid, everybody is hired from within. Different people. You don't know. Your neighbor might be a Freemason. You don't know. Your other neighbor could be part of the, community policing program. You don't know that. They're in the community with us, these people. Okay? And when it's used correctly, it's a great thing. When used as a weapon, it becomes a way to murder someone's life and to produce a soft kill, person committing suicide, right? So, money trail. That's one way you get money from person being targeted in an organized stalking program. Okay, all those people get paid. It's raining. They made that call. The DHS went ahead and called the DOJ, called over to the, over to our, headquarters, right? Got your name on the list. Boom. Golden goose. The funds come down. Okay? They probably have parties and pop champagne bottles. Whoo, got another one. Of course, it doesn't take just one to get so much money. You're going to need more than one in a city, right? And in a community. So that's why I'm doing this video too, because I know there's a lot of you that are out there as well. So maybe you don't know what's happening. Maybe you don't understand the whole process, and that's what I'm here to explain. Organized stalking. I also would like the people who are not targeted yet, or right now, this is going to increase. And I would like people to know, to just see it for what it is. You might not be able to stop it. You figure we're up against powers, military industrial complex, medical industrial complex. This is hard to fight, but at least know what we're going through and be able to name it. I think that's the first thing in solving it. Okay? But this has been going on for ages, but at least let's talk about it. Organized stalking. Alrighty. That's one way, the money trail. Another way, the money trail. When somebody is picked to be a target, they need to be stalked, harassed, and surveillanced. That's a big thing. You sensing a theme here? Control. They want to see you at all times, right? And there are cameras everywhere. That's one of the goals of the New World Order. Complete total surveillance society. No more privacy. Not in your homes with the smart meters that can connect to all the outlets. I'll get into that in another video, but total surveillance. Okay, they even have cameras, remote neural monitoring. I've been over that, but I'll do that in another video. That's where there's the ability, yes, it exists, to put a camera, just like, you know, people when they have brain trauma or a missing limb, you can put a chip in the eye or the brain, and you can connect it to the chip in the person's prosthetic. You can give them a fake arm, and then have the chip from the brain interfacing, syncing with the chip in the arm. That's because the brain gives off frequencies, and so does the computer, so does chips, so does everything. You know, we've been over that. Internet, radio, TV, broadcast, it's broadcasting a signal. Every device does. Internet, that's what Wi-Fi is, but so does the brain. Okay, so the goal with a lot of this is to sync the human brain with devices, and it's been done. There's a creation called the alter ego, where the man can speak to his computer. He's created a device without actually speaking. You can just think the thought, and the signals can be picked up by the computer, and the computer will read what you're asking or saying. Okay, he uses it for his grocery list, you know, in his head while he's going to the store. Really neat. Called the alter ego. Young, I think, Indian guy, Indian created this. Arnav Kapoor. Okay, so it's already in the works. You see all this. Anyways, when a person gets picked for targeting, okay, because it is a surveillance program, guess what? The medical industry complex, like those scientists, like those physicists, like all those people working for DARPA and the DOD and the military, they have all those toys. They're ready to use them. Who are they going to use them on? Rats, dogs, animals, mice. Yeah, they do that too. Okay, you can remote control anything with a nervous system, central nervous system, but the cream of the crop, and we're so far, is the human brain, right? We've been through this before. So, but with organized stalking, once you're targeted, you become like a guinea pig. Not like a guinea pig, you are a guinea pig. That's more money. You see? They get to practice their toys on you. The military, they're waiting. They're gunning. They're like, you know, dogs at the race or horses at the race. They're chomping at the bit. They want to go. They want to use these on you. Well, and they do use them on regular citizens, of course, secretively. A lot of people complaining of ailments and whatnot, not realizing these tests are being done upon them. These, technology is being used on them. It's invisible. It's powerful. That's how you're looking at this video with the broadcast. You know, you don't see it, but obviously it's working. That's how it's going through. The electricity is running whatever building you're in, right? The lights are on, but you don't see the current, but yet the light is on. The refrigerator's running, right? Most homes. You know, you turn on the light in the bathroom. Can't see it though, but it's there. It's energy, so it's invisible. Powerful, invisible, direct energy. Okay, so the new technology operates off of powerful, invisible, direct energy. So they don't really have to tell you when they're experimenting on you, right? It's invisible. Why would they tell you? And then they got to pay you. They don't want to pay you. They want a free guinea pig. Which brings me to my point. Organized stalking, you become a guinea pig. Okay, so the law enforcement, the military industrial complex, they're getting paid off you. The citizens in the community, they're giving them, money and services to make money, to watch you. Okay, and then the medical industry complex, they're the ones who make this. All them scientists, they got their toys. They make money off of you. You become a golden goose. Sounds wonderful, right? Yeah, if you're not the goose / guinea pig / targeted person, because you're stalked in an organized fashion. Okay, this is all fun and games for everybody else, but remember, the goal of this program is for a soft kill. They make money off of that too. They wager bets and everything to see how long it is before they can make you crack, because you're being surveillanced 24/7, and since it's not being talked about, if you try to complain about it to the wrong people, that could be detrimental. Some people don't know about it, so they don't know it exists. So it sounds crazy if you do talk about it. People don't know the technology, even though they should. Some people do. A lot of people get it. Good people. Good, smart people. Let's help the other ones. Okay, moving on. This program is not new. Like I said, since the dawn of time, this has been happening. Back in the 50s and 60s, the FBI ran this program. It was called COINTELPRO, which stands for Counterintelligence Program. Okay? And it's a PSYOPs program, and it's espionage, because again, that's what intelligence agencies do. They run espionage, so they collecting data, spying on people, make sure everything's up to par. Also just spying, okay? There's things like corporate espionage where they spy on each other to get company secrets and stuff, and, you know, just spying. That's the job. Also, they do PSYOPs. PSYOPs is a term in the military and paramilitary and intelligence agencies. Stands for psychological operations. Psychological, psyche, Greek word for soul, right? Psychiatrist, a soul doctor, the psyche, right? You. Okay, so PSYOPs, psychological operations, and they even have it in that little Army handbook and in the CIA handbook. I've read there actually is one in print. They make a book called, yeah, and they'll give you the actual handout that the people get when they first go to training and stuff. It's really cool. You learn a lot. So that's one of their tactics, though, definitely, is psychological operations. Break down the psyche of someone, break their mind, break their spirit, break their soul, you know, because you can't always kill your enemy. Especially in a situation like this, if somebody's a target, I mean, you can't, if you have so many targets, you're making money off them too. You might not want to kill them, right? I mean, they will if you become too much of a problem. But, you know, and if they kill too many people, there's going to be a trail, right? Hold on, all these people are coming up dead. You know, this puzzle starts getting put together. They don't want that. It's got to be kind of hush-hush, right? It's an open secret. Okay, it's available for those who want to know. I digress, though. Psychological operations, PSYOPs, breaking your mind, breaking your spirit. How do they do that? What are the tactics? Again, through 24-hour surveillance and harassment. So not only are they just watching you, bugged your home, have people in the community set up, and it seems extreme, but you have to remember, it seems extreme and like it's a lot of effort, but there's billions of dollars being pumped into this program, and it's for a bigger picture of the New World Order. You know, they're in the process of making the world a smart world, where everything is connected, including the human brain. So to us, it seems extreme. But if you're trying to plan world domination, it's not extreme at all. It's another day, and, you know, business as usual. Okay, so PSYOPs. Anyways, COINTELPRO program, this is what this program was called back in the 50s and 60s. People started getting upset by it. Famous people were targeted by this. People like Martin Luther King, Ernest Hemingway, who ended up being a soft kill. He killed himself, and he was complaining to his friends and family that he was being targeted. Nobody believed him. You know, can you imagine? They didn't even have the technology that we have now, or even if they did, it was so secretive, you know. But yeah, that's what it was called. So people started catching on, though, and they started complaining about it. There was a Frank Church committee hearings where this process was found to be unconstitutional and illegal to do this on people, to target people, because they were targeting, again, not for just for safety like was originally purposed, but they were using it for revenge, for whistleblowing, for any old reason they want. They just started bullying just because they could. You know, you give somebody too much power and they get drunk with it sometimes, okay? Even the best of people. So yeah, COINTELPRO was shut down. All right? But unfortunately, our enemy is always, you know, he only has a short amount of time left on this earth before he is destroyed and his authority is taken back from him, okay? Taken away from him and given back to, you know, the true God. Even though the true God has authority, you know, it's given Lucifer to see, you know, this is what you want, this is how we want it run. He's doing a horrible job. I digress. And I'm talking about Lucifer, okay? I digress, you know, but it's all part of the puzzle. And you guys know this, good people. When you watch my videos, you know I can't talk about it without talking about it. It's true, okay? If it wasn't true, then why is the symbolism all over? Why have all the prophecies come true? It's true. I digress. So anyways, the enemy came up with a new way to do it and renamed the program. Now it's called, disguised, okay, as community policing. Okay, so community policing, this time, instead of just having the FBI, intelligence agencies targeting regular citizens, they said, let's get some of the citizens to join in, right? You know, like you got the teacher and then you got mommy's little helper, teacher's helper, have them, you know, join in and help, become deputies of sorts, right? Get them to join in. Then they're so entangled, it's hard to get it stopped because even the citizens are participating. So if they tell, they got to tell on each other and themselves, and it's all a big, and then you bribe some people. You're paying. These citizens police, they get paid, and they bribe some people. Some people, like I was saying, the power pyramid. Sometimes they'll use criminal informants. They'll bust somebody on drug charges or whatever type of charges, and they'll threaten the person with years in jail. And if the person agrees to become part of this community policing, become like basically a snitch, target people, help them abuse other people, they'll let them go on papers. Okay, that way that it's a double win for the people in charge. They get one person to have control of, right? Then they get that person to help pick on the other person. They just have two now, 2 for the price of 1. BOGO, buy one, get one. All under the guise of community policing, which again, not all the time is bad, not all the time, but in many cases, it is being abused because they are making money off of it. Okay, and they're using it for revenge purposes and bullying purposes. And it's bullying on steroids because it leads to death, soft kills, and or sometimes hard kills if the target becomes too vocal or too much of a threat, which is what I hope doesn't happen to me. However, it is what it is. If I can help other people by this information, then my job was done, okay? So yeah, community policing. It was FBI COINTELPRO, specializing in psyops and espionage. Now it is called, disguised as community policing, which anybody can sign up for at their local, whatever. Plenty of people are sponsoring this. Okay. Again, the tactics, once you become, the tactics of organized stalking, once a target is picked, surveillance in the home, in the community, they check everything. They check your emails, your regular mail, your home. Nothing is sacred. If you get so stressed out, sometimes I know a lot of people, and I've done this myself, you get so stressed out, you'll go to a hotel to spend the night to try to get away from, the targeting once your neighbors and everything are involved. This program, again, has a lot of money, and it's a real thing. This is a real program. It exists. It's not a theory. It's in practice. They will literally have perps check into you next door or as close as possible in the hotel with you, okay, to get, to continue your harassment. So yeah, smear campaign, they smear your name to your friends, your family, your spouse, anybody who has ears. Okay, they want to isolate you and make it so you have no support. They want everybody to think horribly of you, because remember, they are trying to murder your soul. It's like Sertasong, the old World War II tactics. Break them down. Well, how do you break somebody down? Make them isolated. Okay, make them that they're the bad person. Label them. Okay. Also, harassment includes when you're in the community. I said they use the box method. They'll make sure that there's perps, usually within 10 feet, 20 at the most, and they'll make sure they're on each side of you. Each side, and in the front and in the back of you. Even when you're driving, obviously. This is all military tactics. Leapfrog is one of the terms for it. And when people are close enough, the perps, when you enter in a store or a library or a laundromat or wherever it is you're going in the community, they'll be there. They also operate on real time. And remember, it's like a hive. These people are employed in all aspects of the community. So, and they make sure, I'm sure when they have their charts and their graphs, they make sure to look at the neighborhoods and graph them out and make sure that they have enough perps, hired perps, to participate when somebody's labeled as a target in an organized stalking program. And again, when used properly, this is a great program. Okay, when used as a weapon to bully people and drive them into suicide for petty reasons, this is a dangerous program. Okay, just like World War II, before they started putting those Jewish people and others on those trains to concentration camps, a lot of it was this type of targeting of people. It does two things. You're making money, you can test technology, and also on a social level, it pits people against one another. It's divide and conquer, us against them, when really the person has no reason to be targeted. They shouldn't be. And if they're targeted that heavily, why are they... My question, if somebody asked me to target somebody, and I have been asked before, actually when I worked in in a hospital situation, which made it even more horrendous. The person was a patient receiving cares, and I was asked to harass them. Not directly. I mean, the word harass was not used, but it was evident to me in critical thinking that it was harassment. You know, if the person's in the hospital, is supposed to be resting and sleeping and getting well. Unless I need to, something, I really don't need to bother them at night when they're sleeping. That's sleeping time. I was told to wake this person up continuously every 15 minutes, shine a light on them, make noise. It didn't make sense to me. Seemed very odd. It seemed like harassment. When I asked about it, I was told under no circumstances that I was to follow orders, and it wasn't my business to know. And then I think the person, I stood my ground. I'm not going to pick on anybody. At least at that moment I didn't. I knew. And I'm a question asker, you know, sometimes to the point where it's like, why? And I think, you know, this person who was trying to tell me to do this, they finally got frustrated and they realized I wasn't going to do it, you know, because I wasn't. And threatened me that I'd lose my job. And, you know, this was a while ago. You know, and I needed to follow the power hierarchy, which I do. I respect the power hierarchy very much. But, you know, you don't, when orders are, you follow the orders of God before the orders of man. That's how it goes. And when you have a leader or somebody giving an order, the power hierarchy, you do respect it, unless what the order that they're giving you goes against God's orders to hurt someone, something of that nature, for no reason. Then you have to, you know, obviously. I digress. So that's some of the tactics. You get followed. Oh, directed conversations. This is a fun one. This is psyops for real. What they do is they build a profile on you, so they find out everything about you, you know, what you like, what you don't like, and your conversations. Remember, everything's surveillanced. So, you know, they've got you, your house is, you know, the house will be bugged of the target, and then somebody will be surveillancing you. You know, like the old movies where they sat out in the cars with the listening devices. Well, now they don't have to do that. Now the person listening can be on their computer in a different city or state. You know, but either way, they're watching you and gathering information. Every time you make a phone call, every time you talk to somebody, they're listening to that. And then what they do is they keep building the profile. So if they know something happened to you that day, say maybe you got into an argument, you know, it was somebody in your life, they will take that piece of information, the person at the command center that has access to the surveillance, maybe in your house or your remote neural monitoring, and they will send that information to the you know, the command center. And what the perps will get, you know, say you're going to go to the store that day, they'll give the perps that information. This is all, I mean, it's kind of common. It can be done via text message. They send it to them. Okay, make sure you say this in front of the target. You know, say something, and they'll repeat, you know, bits of the conversation that you had with the person you were arguing with. So that does psyops. That's crazy making, right? Because not only did you get into an argument with somebody, but now you have somebody that you don't know from Adam bringing it up. And they'll twist things. If you were in the right, they'll make it seem like you were in the wrong. I mean, these people go for the juggler, man. They will talk about your hygiene. They even know, I'm telling you, as a woman, they know when you're coming on your period. Yes. How? Well, because they have freaking cameras everywhere. And if they have the R&M camera inside you, they know everything. You know, they can even tell your blood pressure and your blood sugar, things like that. And this should not be a surprise, because this is the direction that medicine and everything is moving in. You know, that can all be done. It's not a theory, it's in practice. When you think, well, why would they do that to somebody? Well, because they're making billions of dollars. Okay? And don't ask why, ask why not. Because they want to. You know? Why wouldn't they? That's a better question. And don't always think just because you wouldn't do something that somebody else thinks like that. You know, the Luciferian worshiping elite, and when people are in power, craving power and control, they'll do a lot of things that you might not do, or you might not do, or you. You might not. It doesn't make sense to you. Why would you? That'd be boring, right? To stalk and surveillance somebody for 24 hours. Wouldn't that be boring? Yeah, to some of us. But if you're craving power and control, you're going to want to know how people think and how they act. And if it's somebody that you're hating because they're, you know, they've been targeted, they're a threat to your status quo, they're a, you know, whatever, they've been targeted. They've targeted. You're going to bully them. Just keep on, you know, keep on. That's how this program is. That's why it's dangerous. Because again, and I'll just say this, they will get to the point, where they will rent out. Remember, this is a big program. This is not just, this is not just your ex-husband stalking you with limited funds. This is not just your cousins or, so you made somebody mad in your family or an ex-friend. No, this is a organizational thing, okay? Meaning, remember I told you the power pyramid? It's coming from high up and it's being funded, okay, from them. So when I say they have money, deep pockets, never-ending funds, they have deep pockets and never-ending funds. They will literally rent out, like I said, they'll rent out hotels next to you if you check in. They'll also rent out apartments by you. Sure. They will literally pay your landlord to have the person move out that lives there so they can move in and move in their perps and their team to surveillance and harass you, depending on how big of a target you are. And you think again to yourself, well, why would you be a target? It's not, why would somebody be a target? We're not that important. But we are important. They're testing billions of dollars worth of, AI technology on us. That makes us highly valuable. They need us. We don't need them. We're not stalking them 24/7, but they need us. How else are they going to be able to tell if all their equipment works? And they'll never be able to do their world domination thing if they don't know if their technology works. How are they going to test it? On us, guinea pigs, human ones. Who better to be a guinea pig than somebody you put on a targeting list? Boom, perfect. Kill two birds with one stone. Everybody gets paid, popping bottles. Everybody's having a great time, except for the person whose life is being murdered, okay, right in front of them. I mean, this program, it literally takes away everything. It takes away your peace, and into some of the tactics, they'll do noise harassment, running power tools at night, somebody mowing the lawn. This is stuff, it's so bizarre. It's kind of funny sometimes. And this is how you know it's too bizarre to be true. That they're not really mowing the lawn at midnight. You can't be, or 8 o'clock when the sun is set. What are you mowing? And continuously. If this just happens once or twice, okay, then it's a coincidence. But when it keeps happening on an unprecedented scale, and you'll know this once you're in this program, it's just all day, every day, then it's not a coincidence. Then it's a co-incident. It's related. It's part of the puzzle, Organized stalking, bizarre, but it happens. And again, the goal of this to disrupt you psychologically, psyops, attack you, and a soft kill, no touch torture. Although at later stages it does turn into, they're not above, especially if they've targeted you, put you on a program not just for stalking but for medical experimentation like they've done in the past to many other people. I'll do a whole separate video on that. You can research for yourself. There are illegal non-consensual testing being done on millions of people, a lot of it involving AI technology, which is a lot of stuff in the human brain. Okay, so, and this technology that they're using is powerful and invisible. So can they get away with it? Yes. Are they doing it? Also yes. And you say maybe, maybe not. Okay, well, good people, what's stopping them? It's powerful, it's invisible, they don't have to tell you. What's stopping them? They got billions of dollars. You won't be able to find out if they're doing it. You think the honor system is stopping them? No, the honor system doesn't work. No. So it's being done. Organized stalking, that's the name of this program. All right, again, what is the final goal of this program is to use people for, to be guinea pigs, to test all this stuff out, to silence them, to hurt someone, to destroy a life, and eventually, sometimes, like I said, the ultimate goal is a soft kill, to get a targeted person on this program through stalking and surveillance to kill themselves, suicide. And a lot of times, they make bets, they do wagers on this, they collect fraudulent life insurance claims on people that are targets, so that way, when and if they commit suicide because of all the psyops, because of their life being murdered in front of their eyes, their friends, their family, their careers, their spouses. I feel really bad for married people, because if you're married, or if you're, forget about it, if you're trying to date, your name's going to be slandered so much nobody's going to want to even talk to you. So, and if you're married, they will destroy. These people have tactics. They will send in honeypots, okay? A honeypot is like James Bond spies, Okay, so people that are perps that, and usually they're attractive ones if they're used for something, an assignment like that to break up a couple, you know. So all of a sudden you and your husband, you're doing great together, you're happy, or you and your wife, and all of a sudden they'll get a new coworker, okay, a pretty one, right? All of a sudden this new pretty young thing, and you know, and she's everything you're not, and you just had a kid, and you know, you're low on energy, or you're kind of tired, and oh, she's all perky and positive, and you know, and you've been stressing your husband out and not cooking enough because you're tired and you're working, and now here comes this fresh face, you know, perky thing, and oh boy, she's just everything you're not, and she's so understanding, and she's smart at what she does. You know, they'll pick somebody that's you know, adept. And a lot of these people are trained ahead of time, so they're not going to pick you know, they're going to pick somebody that, whatever, and remember, they have profiles on people, so whatever it is you like, you know, if they know your weakness is like, whatever it is, they're going to go ahead and use that in targeting you and in this organized stalking program. Oh yeah. They're not above that. I mean, that's more for, it's for anybody really, depending again where you're at in the targeting program, how much money you're bringing in, how much they have invested in you as a target, you know, because this is billions of dollars. Okay, everybody gets paid. They don't want the show to end. So yeah, oh yeah. They're not above setting you up, you know, wrecking marriages and relationships, all of them. Yep, because the goal again is suicide, soft kill, right? Because they're murdering your life. They want you, they don't want to have to kill you. They don't want to get their hands dirty. They'd rather you do it. Don't do it, people. Don't do it. Okay. So then they can collect that life insurance, you know? So you're dead. You've seen that on like Dateline, you know, the wife gets killed or the husband gets killed, and then the other one is out with their new mate and has their new boat or their new house that they got off the life insurance money. Oh, it's despicable. Don't ever give anybody that advantage over you. No freaking way, man. You're not getting a boat off of me. If you want to kill, you know, I mean, make them work for it is what I'm saying. Whoever, if you're ever targeted on this, which I have a feeling a lot more people are going to be, and probably a lot of people are and don't even know it, because again, when in the beginning stages, it starts off kind of soft, you know, so like you're getting bullied at work, or people, your friends are acting different. That's that can be a sign. Just saying, this is worth researching, okay? And this is a real live program. This is not a theory. This is not a whatever, a thought. This is a practice being done. Okay. All right. Let me look at my notes here. And I think that was it. Yeah. We're at risk right now. This is going to end up being a Stasi type state, like World War II, you know, which hopefully eventually we're not on concentration camps going to the, you know, we're not on trains going to FEMA camps, you know what I mean, for relocation or redistricting or something, you know. But you have to use your critical thinking. You got to balance, you know, positivity also with reality. You know, you don't want to be so afraid where you can't function, but you also want to be straight up with yourself and realize what's going on in the world and what direction we're headed and how we play a part in either allowing abuses or combating them the best we can, and combating, you know, in a positive way, right? Through education, first off, you know, sharing information. So yeah, this is right now they're getting, I believe this crime is getting worse, this crime of organized stalking, because it used to be that mainly just the upper levels had it, you know, the military industrial complex, the medical industrial complex, the law enforcement, the paramilitary, you know, sheriffs, local police. Now I see it firsthand that it's trickling down, and they're actually giving it to more of the crime syndicates, which means it's being used more in things like sexual assaults and in general assaults of people. And you know, the crime syndicates, they're not usually very merciful. Okay, so this technology is being given out, and there's only so many people right now of the population, a percentage is targeted. I would say maybe 25% of us, maybe 20, that are living with this reality, okay? And some more than that, some people just don't know they're actually in an organized stalking program. Like I said, they'll attribute it to other things. Oh, life is just really hard right now, or some really strange things have been happening. Not saying that every time something strange happens, oh, you know, this is it. But many times, it could be. It's worth checking out. It's worth researching. It's very hard to stop, but at least if you know about it, we can all maybe work together, and we need to slow this down, because you see where this is headed. In the news, if you've been paying attention, a lot of times I get my information not from mainstream. I do watch a lot of mainstream media, but you got to be careful, because remember, the mainstream media are owned a lot of times by Luciferian worshiping elite. So they're on a short leash. It's like human resources. I mean, they're there to help you, right? But there's only so much they can do, because they're getting paid from the company you both work for. So at the end of the day, their allegiance is to their company. Same thing with the media. They're here to give information to the public, but at the end of the day, their bosses are the ones who sign their checks. So they can't be, talking bad about something that that they have working out if their bosses are part of it. This is what I'm saying. There's a conflict of interest there sometimes. Not all the times. I still watch it, but if you really want to get, information, sometimes you have to go off the beaten path. Some judges are recognizing these watch lists as being unlawful, meaning that they've caught on. They understand this is inappropriate. You're doing this to people for revenge purposes and not for what it's actually purposed for. This is now, you're making money off of people. It's a form of trafficking. Okay, that's what this is coming. That's what this is becoming. When people are targeted, they produce money for, like I said, all those people that are involved in it. Okay, and so more people are being added, not because they're actually, should be added, but because money can be made off of them. And that's why I think, like with anything, more criminals or more of these people that are doing this are going to catch on and going to start putting more citizens on these lists. Okay, right now they kind of have to play nice, but with all the new technology and stuff coming, I think that's at risk. Okay, so we need to recognize this and support our own civil rights, by maybe speaking with legislation, with first of all making this known in the community. I want you guys to remember this. If nothing else from this video, just remember the term organized stalking. Very much like regular stalking, but done in an organized fashion. Okay. Also, where I got a lot of this information in this video from was Dr. John Hall's book. He is a targeted individual and a victim of organized stalking, and he wrote a book on it called Guinea Pigs, which discusses, how this whole process works of being targeted by someone. And in his case, he was targeted by a PI group, a private investigation group, who was the guy who ran it, used to be a FBI, go figure, intelligence agencies. A lot of times private PIs, private investigators, used to be our ex-law enforcement or ex-intelligence or ex-military. Then they branch off into their own private business. And so those type of people can be very effective, and they can also be very devious and deviant if, when necessary. So, and in the case of, well, I'm not going to get into it, but I believe I know some PIs and some local attorneys who are very deviant in their practices and are actually targeting people. I'm not going to say names, okay, but obviously it's going on in communities. So besides just government entities doing this to people, like I said, remember, there's those private organizations that are even above the government. Okay, so those people are doing this, putting people on watch lists. I believe I know some in my local area. So yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing of organized stalking. I hope none of you ever become a victim of it. Unfortunately, I know that some more people are going to become, and I know that some people already are. For those of you who are, I'm so sorry. Come and check out my page. I have some information, and I have some helpful information to shed light on this. Okay, and if you guys want to do some more research, check out Dr. John Hall's book, Guinea Pigs, and look up the whole thing. Look up the name of the program, COINTELPRO. Look up fusion centers. And that will kind of make this a little bit clearer for you, okay? Because what's happened in the world is that the laboratory has come out of the lab and into our communities. We are living, breathing guinea pigs. And because the technology being used on us is invisible and powerful, it's being done right under our noses, okay? So let's be aware. Let's talk about this at least, okay? I've done enough talking. You guys have been great if you stayed till the end. This is good info. I'm telling you, it was a gem. This is info you needed to know. It was free. It was valuable. and you're going to be able to better help yourself and others after having heard this. Okay, thank you so much. Happy Tuesday. And I'll be doing another video on targeted individuals, just a little bit of an expansion on this, and the tactics and everything, and again, how you can help yourself or others if you find yourself being a victim. Okay? All right, you know the spiel. Do your research. You got plenty research ideas, and God loves us all. The true God loves us. And with that, you guys have a great Tuesday, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.